Well, good morning. This is me, Brian. Okay, I only got this much more to go. I'd say probably about 50 feet. 2 posts, one right there, and one right there. Alright. Okay, so this morning I wanted to talk to you guys about keeping your work area orderly, you know what I'm saying, and being careful, not being dangerous to yourself with some of your tools and implements, you know what I'm saying, because this is basically a construction site. Anytime you're doing a project like this around your house or yard, right, you're fixing the stairs at your mom's house because she's 94 years old, right, you got to keep your tools, all the ones that you use during the project. Right, I got a leaf rake, small square shovel, one of my packers, right, the big steel, jamming bar. I got a pair of loppers, an axe, 2 hammers, my little shovel, and my 8-pound hammer. Right? And I've been keeping them right here, along the line. As I started going along, at the end of the day, when I'm done. There's 2 reasons. Number one, well, up until, I made it to here. Right. It was shaded in the morning every time, if I were to start it up a little farther, it looks like, probably, because you keep them in the shade, they're not hot to touch, they won't burn you, right, they're easier to handle when they're cool, right, like the wood is not all expanded, because remember, they're all dry and, cracked, and they could be splintery and get messed up, right. Another problem that you come across during, a construction project like this is you have waste. All right, now, I dug most of these rocks up right here out of this area right here. Because as you see the blocks, the line used to go to there, and then it used to go that way. And there used to be the square wire fence right here with the green posts. Well, I ended up, like a gap. I had to, I'm still working on this part, but most of these rocks came out of there. All right, I piled them up right here because I knew Mom and Teresa and me were going to be driving this way through the driveway, and I can't be just scattering the stuff all over the place, right? Because, Mom tends to cut the corner here kind of sharp, But there's moon craters in the drive. See, a lot of you guys are not this fortunate. You don't have this big, luxurious, long driveway right, to work with. Stacked all the pallets right here, and I've been peeling the pallets off as we go along. All right. You want to keep your tools, that you use occasionally, or that you use, in, parts of your project when you're straightening up. You want to keep those ones accessible, right, but out of the way. Right, so nobody steps on them, right, breaks their nose. Wheelbarrow I use on a daily basis. The dolly, I only use when I'm hauling pallets and stuff, and, lately I've been dragging them, right, but when I got to go over there to the post pile, right, I take the truck over there. But when I gotta go to the post pile, sometimes I take the dolly. I keep it out of the way along the fence line that I've already finished. Right? Stacked all the bricks. Picked up all the dirty old rusty nails that I could find. Kept my sharp implements, right, in a place, right, out of the way but still accessible, right, because I use the saw a lot, I use the screw boxes a lot, one of my camera stands, right, waste. This is my good pallet stack right here. Right, these are my kind of good pallet stacks, and that's over there is bad pallets, but it's stacked up there so Therese can do the finished the art project on top of the trellis. Yeah, there's plenty of room to walk through here. Right, I have more, I have some more waste right here on the inside. Seldomly used tools right here. Now, that's the way you should keep your stuff organized. It doesn't matter if this is a fence project, if you're building a car, if you're welding on a horse trailer, right? It does not matter what you're doing. You need to keep your area, the work area around you, orderly and safe, so that you don't fall down on the machete and kill yourself. When Mom comes out wandering around looking at it at the end of the day, because she wants to see how much progress you made today, she's not going to step on something, right, or land on something, or touch something that's going to hurt her, Remember, she's 94. Right? But she does want to see what you're doing. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and for the most part, I'm going to save this part for last, right? Because it's inside the fence and I need to reset the swing and I need to redo the irrigation, run it back through the trees and all that stuff. You guys seen it back there laying on the ground looped, right? You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, you know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. So what do you do if your work area looks like this? Alright. Now, this shop area is a nightmare. It is. Alright, but everything works. I mean, it's all wired. Alright, the fuse panel's over there. Everything's on some breaker. You know what I'm saying? It looks crazy. It looks wild. But everything works. Nothing has burned down. This building has been here for 35 years. Right? And there's another room back in there. It's got garden stuff and storage. Right? Yeah, it works. 280 pounds PSI. Right? I got hoses. I got pneumatic tools. Right? I got everything. Right? Welders, stick, gas, you name it. And I've already did project with the drill press. You guys also do that. Hand tools galore. Automotive stuff. Right? It's got a kiln. Right? Got a furnace out back. You know, everything I need. Sam. Over, you know, say the last 10 years or so, 10 to 12 years, you know, Sam, Dad got older. And, you know, everyday use, once a couple times a week, turned into often, often times. You know, saying, and that turned, as he got sick, that turned into, neglect. Until, you look around now and what you see is, a dead shop. But it's got everything. And it works. Well, when I first, pushed my motorcycle over here, right, set up right here to work on it. But see, when I opened up them two doors, dude, everything was jumbled up mess in the middle. I've organized it to this point. I pushed all of the stuff out of the way that I didn't need, you understand? The tires, right, the gas bottles, right, the metal, there's a little saw thing connected to that sawhorse right there. I use the air tank and portable, around the yard and stuff, but so I get just in a place where I can get it access. The lawnmower works, yep, but I don't use it. That's fuel storage over there, right? Toolbox, your sand, extra chop saw. I'd use that one. Cut down the pipes. Right, this is my little tool area right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not anal like some guys. You know what I'm saying? But I like to keep the tools that I'm using handy. You know what I'm saying? Orderly stacked. Over here. All the plugs work, everything. This shop has been gone through so many times. It's been searched so many times, right? That everything is a jumbled up mess. I mean, yeah, over there is all the welding stuff. That's why I put the gas bottles there. Right, over here is, various odds, parts, and ends. This was like a workbench, but this has become the collection of bullshit and junk so bad that it's caving the tabletop in. Right? This was automotive stuff right here, bits and pieces, parts and stuff. This was the cooler, that was in the window. Right? Work area, right here. I had to drag these two pieces of conveyor belt mat in from over there, right? Level the floor a little bit, just so I could sit up because there's a curb here. This is my pile of junk that I've been stripping off the bike. That's my little temporary work table that I've set up over there. You have to be safe about it. You have to be aware, because look, there is tons of shit on the floor. I mean, dude, I could spend a month of Sundays, right, and a 10-yard dumpster bin and fill it up right there. Just from reorganizing this shop. It's useless. It's a senseless proposition, right? So what I've done is that I've organized it to the point where I don't need any of that stuff over there except the vise, the chop saw, and the grinder. And you notice I've made myself a pathway right to it. All right, cleared it out a little bit from the wall. I really don't need anything here because it's all, who knows? The tools are over there, right? But I don't need them because I ain't got mine, this right here. Right? That pulls in the ground. This is the winch, for pulling motors and, lifting car bodies and whatever. I'm using it, pushed it out of the way. Hung up all the tools that I could find, cleared it all out. Right? Made me a pathway into that way if I need to go. There's my trash can. Yeah, it's still dangerous as hell in here. Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? But in the area that I need to work, right, it's cleared out, it's organized, you know what I'm saying, it's safe, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, the way the wind was blowing yesterday, you know what I'm saying, there's a reason why the roof truss is here above. Right? You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen at this point. And on top of all that, I got to keep my area organized anyway, because just in case, I mean, Mom or Teresa would probably never, ever come in here. Right? You know what I'm saying? Unless absolutely of dire need, check the fuse, you know, the server box or something. Right? This place has got to be at least safe enough for Mom to come walking in here, right? You know what I'm saying? And to take around and do whatever she needs to do without hurting herself. I mean, without nobody watching her. Because, you know, Mom does things like that. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's important to understand, you know what I'm saying, your work area. And like, I know a lot of you guys do. I know a lot of you guys do. But some guys out there, dude, they just throw all their shit in a pile in the middle, you know what I'm saying, and pull out whatever they need whenever they need it. Right? And that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, half the time you spend half of your time looking for whatever you need, right? And then half of the rest of the time, right, trying to figure out how to fix what it is you're looking for. Right? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. This is kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm working on a fence. I'm almost done with the fence. And that consumes all of my time. You know what I'm saying? And we're still in flux between here and Manhattan. So, you know what I'm saying? If I really start getting into the bike, you know what I'm saying? Then what happens when we got to pack it up and move? And then I'll end up losing even more pieces that I need. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Here I sit. Looking for something to do. Right now, fence. And talking to you guys, right, about keeping your area safe and organized, you know what I'm saying? So that you can get some work done instead of sitting around wondering why you can't get any work done. This is me, Brian. Thank you.